Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hunlock together with Rev Yutaka Yamada. Today's Monday, the 14th of October 2024, or the 12th of September in the 12th year of Chongalguk. So thank you all for coming, and let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Chanji Champununge, Chombe, Paro. And let's recite our family pledge in Korean and English.
하전맨세 5. 천일급 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 전산세계와 대산적 지산세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 5. Our family, the owner of Chongalguk, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and the physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love. I'd like to ask Mark Burfield if you could offer the opening prayer, please.
Yeah, please join with me as I pray. Good morning, our dearest Heavenly Parent, the creator of this amazing universe, and our loving true parents. We greet you this new day. We're very thankful that we live at this time of the providence. We thank you that you have created this universe, created us, breathed life into this earth and this wonderful world that we live in, but with the intention that we could live in a world of peace and joy and happiness. But at the very beginning of humankind, your original ideal could not be fulfilled with the fall of Adam and Eve under the influence of Lucifer, who became Satan. And ever since then, you've been through a bitter history, providence, to try and bring this world back to your original ideal, working through your only begotten Son, Jesus, who came, but very unfortunate at the time, the only begotten daughter could not be united with Jesus. So there's been a prolongation for another 2,000 years until now. We live in this time where the only begotten daughter has come onto the earth and has fulfilled her responsibility, and together with true Father as the second coming of Jesus as the Messiah, being able to have the marriage supper of the Lamb back in 1960, and we're now living in this golden age where your original ideal can be fulfilled for the first time and for all time. So we recognize that we live in this very precious and substantial and providential time. We recognize that we are very privileged to live this time, but also we have a great responsibility to unite, especially this time, with our true mother, the only begotten daughter, and to fulfill heaven's will, fulfill your will, so that this world can become your original ideal as soon as possible. We really pray that we can therefore appreciate each day and each moment we have with you and with our true parents and with each other. And after this prayer and report, in the name of Mark and Masako Berfield, for a blessed sinful family. Adieu.
Yeah, and let's give a warm welcome to Rev Yutaka as he shares this morning.
Good morning. Good morning, our brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining today's morning Hunlock. Today's also the beginning day of the new week. Let's put our Johnson in heart and begin the great time. So thank you. Today is October 14. So today is the blessing anniversary, right? The 6,000 couples blessing anniversary. So maybe 22nd year's anniversary. Is it correct?
42
Yes.
years.
I think many of you also 6,000. Is there another blessing group here together, October 14. I think some 2000 some year, several times, I think three parents organize the blessing on October 14. So anyway, this blessing anniversary time is important. What kind of blessed family life are you spending now? Maybe you have many children already, or you are thinking about your children's blessing, or even you have already the life with grandchildren. So through this kind of anniversary, we should once again remember the first moment that the parents' wish and also heavenly parents' wish and first determination and appreciation also to heavenly parent, to the parents, and each other and children or grandchildren. So this time, special time. So please also celebrate the special anniversary. So once again, congratulations for those couple who received the blessing, 6,000, and also others who received today. So congratulations once again. Thank you. So I will share some activities. So October 29, this month, we will have the third year anniversary of PCLC, Pacific Christian Leadership Conference. So already 3 years is passed. So this time we are preparing how to celebrate and how to share this message again continuously centering on PCLC. Now Turumada is emphasizing about role or essence of Jesus Christ and essence of Christianity, how they could recognize their essence, meaning, and also reason why Christianity are created or prepared by our Heavenly Parent. So this time PCLC anniversary event is just organized by online shortly. Our target is just 1 hour. But in the same time, we are expecting each nation to organize together for this event. So each nation called the Christian minister or pastor gathered together in one place to join together online for 1 hour first. Then after that, you could also share discussion or dinner or tea time and think about the next year. So following years. So those kind of event, if you can organize, this is really appreciated. So please think about October 29. Time is just after 3 weeks. So after 2 weeks. So let's prepare well. And beside of this, if you organize some another activity, please also report us. Then the anniversary time, the main place will share your activity, your comment, your also pastor's greeting, those things. So let's pray and also support that. So this is PCLC. And next, this is Sydney side. Now, Trivada is asking all Heavenly Top Gun missionary and also UPA missionary to give the Sunday sermon centering on True Parents philosophy. So yesterday, our UPA also gave the message in Sydney, Heavenly Top Gun. So thank you for your beautiful message yesterday. And also witnessing side in Sydney, Friends Fun Day, the 1-day seminar was also going on. So through this continuous investment for witnessing, surely prepared person will be coming. So yesterday we also talking about some blessed families. Then now we can see about new blessing candidate. So when we talk with several persons, surely there is someone who has considering about blessing. Maybe inside of heart. Maybe they are telling to us. But if we are not seriously listening those people's message, then we will miss that. Maybe this is coming from our second generation. Or maybe this is coming from our guest or relative or anywhere if the person who know the blessing or value of blessing, surely they are having those kind of interest. That's why when you listen or when you considering a prayer all the time, centering on Chanshimon or calling name prayer, then surely those people's message information is coming. So next year, April 12th is the blessing ceremony. So still have time. So if you have a blessing candidate, or if you have some person who are the candidate age, please pray, please at least share something, then you can get their feedback and we can really guide them to the blessing. Now, heaven's concern to the parents' concern is here. So let's really pray for blessing and to raise up many candidates and let them receive and connect with heavenly parent. So blessing is also important. Let's raise up these things. Finally, this is also Vanuatu side. Last week, they have a gathering together with former President Sokomanu. Then they are talking about the PCLC. So this is the pastors group. Vanuatu are now thinking to establish the PCLC Vanuatu. So they are also trying to effort. Let's also support well. This is also Sunday service yesterday. It was also good. So anyway, thank you for all brothers and sisters for your investment. Let's continue to do our best. Today's message is from True Mother's Anthology, Volume 4 and Part 4, Outline of True Mother's Life 4. So let's study it together. Mrs. Nafritz.
Outline of True Mother's Life, number 4. After Korea's liberation from Japanese occupation, True parents successfully completed their 40-year wilderness course and announced that it was time to welcome the new era to enter and settle in the land of Canaan. The years 1985 to 1988 was the period to settle in the happy land of Canaan. Thus, True Father emphasized that we must be absolute toward True parents' words, their commands, and their actions.
Yes, thank you. After 40 years course from 1945, through parents or this heaven's providence was developed for the next stage. So do you remember that moment, 1995 or after that? Around that moment is the top of the growth stage and the preparation for entering the era of completed testament age. So still that time there was the era of Cold War. So in the world level, still the stress or some not peaceful environment, but under that kind of circumstances, there was the problems. Please.
At the service to celebrate the 31st True Parents' Day, which was held in the United States on March 27, 1990, True Father announced the liberation of all women and that True Mother would be the second founder of the Unification Church. This was on the foundation of Paojong Shek, which was consecrated on August 31st, 1989, restoring the authority of the elder son and the proclamation of heavenly parentism, which was held the following day on September the 1st.
Yes, this proclamation is important proclamation on that day. And Father said, the Father announced, this explanation said, the Father announced the liberation of all women and that the Mother would be the second founder of the Unification Church. So let's continue next part, please.
True Father said, from now on, even if I am not present and Mother is, there is no disruption to the will. He also emphasized, until now, a woman could not represent the providence that represented heaven and earth. However, the realm of the liberation of all women centered on Mother, which is centered on a mother's and father's love, the ideal of one unified body has been proclaimed on earth.
Yes, thank you. So likewise, in providentially, already True Mother was officially accepted or recognized by True Father, and also as the true parents, True Mother started to stand the central position of the providence. Please.
The change in True Mother's status. 10 days after True Parents proclaimed the liberation of all women and declared True Mother as the second founder of the Unification Church, they departed for Moscow. It was April the 7th, 1990. True Father met with Mikhail Gorbachev, then President of the Soviet Union, at the Kremlin Palace. There, Father stressed that for the Soviet Union to succeed in everything, it needs to attend God. Moreover, he clarified that the path to the Soviet Union's survival was to take down the state statues of Lenin, except religious freedom, and educate their citizens in religious values.
Okay, please continue.
Afterward, student leaders from the Soviet Union and the Commonwealth of Independent States who received divine principle education played a large role in preventing a Communist Party coup. All of these things contributed to advancing the turning point for the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War.
Yes, thank you. Everyone, I believe, knew about this providence with which True Parents entered into the Soviet Union. That time, Soviet Union was the central nation of communism, and it's not easy things to meet the head of this communist group or this nations or allies. So at that moment, if True Parents meet the head of this country or leaders, do you think he just finished only giving the greeting or not? When he met the President Mikhail Gorbachev, True Father clearly mentioned to them, what is the providential direction? What is God? What is the future of the nation and the world? So through this kind of providence, next providence or a new era was started. Please.
In this way, True Father sought out Moscow, the headquarters of the world's communist camp. In such pressing circumstances, following the proclamation of True Mother as the second founder of the Unification Church on June 15, 1991, the ceremony for the Komyong-song proclamation was held at Clearstone Deer Park in Canada, with 4 Japanese women leaders present. This proclamation essentially made it clear that church members should attend True Mother as they would True Father, even when he wasn't present, and continue to work to complete True Parents' will. Father said that Japan in particular should unite with True Mother and embrace the world.
Yes, True Father, of course, went through the life and this determination together with absolute faith or determination. But even Father had those kind of mindset, but of course, we don't know what kind of things is happening. That's why before entering to the Soviet Union or those environment, but this is June 15, 1991, a little bit earlier, I think. So at that moment, already True Father himself prepared everything for the providence. So at that moment, Father clearly mentioned about True Mother's status and position to the members. So True Father also could recognize many people's expectation and also focus was for True Father. But providence was not carried on only by True Father himself. How this providence was going on? True Father and True Mother also together. That's why now even Father went to the spiritual world, but already Father proclaimed Mother is the second, the founder of our unification movement, and also the same position like through Father. So we could see through those messages, we could understand our Father's heart and also Father's this providential development. Please.
True parents held the proclamation of the Day of God's Eternal Blessing, Chilul at Hannamdong at 7 o'clock in the morning of July the 1st, 1991. Beginning on that day, the providence transferred from the age of restoring the authority of the elder son, to the age of restoring the authority of the parents. With this, the foundation was completed for True Mother, who previously had stayed behind True Father, to be elevated to stand next to him.
Yes, likewise, True Father developed the providence one by one, and accordingly, depends on the age, True Mother's position or place was also changed. Please.
True Mother gave her very first public speech on September the 17th, 1991, at the Tokyo Bay NK Hall in Japan, at the first Women's Federation for Peace in Asia Japan Convention, with the title The True Love Movement, Bringing Salvation to Asia and the World. Following that, on October the 31st, 1991, the Korean branch was founded, and on November the 20th at the Seoul Olympic Fencing Stadium, the Women's Federation for Peace in Asia National Rally was held with 15,000 people in attendance.
Okay, please continue.
Then, on April the 10th, 1992, at the inauguration of the Women's Federation for World Peace, True Mother proclaimed that as the representative of the Eve Nation, Japan, she had collectively indemnified Eve's failures. On the foundation that True Mother had successfully laid, True Father declared the liberation of women and the opening of the era of women.
Yes, thank you. So through Mother established those foundation, then Mother, behalf of Eve, restore the Eve's mistake and to develop those providential development. Please.
True Mother's World Tours. On April the 10th, 1992, at the inauguration of the Women's Federation for World Peace, True Mother officially stood beside True Father after it was declared that she was a true mother of humankind through the proclamation of True Parents. True Mother began her world tour of more than 600 public speeches in commemoration of the founding of the Women's Federation for World Peace, which continued until 2000. True Mother's world tour course was a period for her to educate all humankind as True Father's representative and as the true mother of humankind. Before and after the inauguration, True Mother worked to lay a foundation for peace through meetings with present and former heads of state, and expanded the missionary foundation by encouraging our members.
Yes, thank you. So founding the founding of the Women's Federation for World Peace, this become the historical turning point and the starting point for True Mother to stand in front of the world providence publicly. So how many times our True Mother visited the nation or even gave the speeches? So we could recognize this is also investment or sacrifice or leading the providence by True Mother. Behind of course, guided by our True Father together. So we could see those investment. Please.
After the founding of WFWP in 1992, from September 24th to December the 23rd, True Mother gave the speech, "Women will play a leading role in the ideal world," at WFWP inauguration ceremonies in 31 cities in 11 countries, including Japan, the United States, Russia, and China, as well as in countries in Europe. On this foundation, True Father proclaimed the historic realm of liberation that brought back the unified global standard that existed after the end of World War II.
Yes. So this world tour of WWP was having the great meaning. And during that moment, I believe True Parents' first visitation to Oceania was also this kind of time, right? About end of November and beginning of December. And also, Father said, on this foundation, True Father proclaimed, explanation said, on this foundation, True Father proclaimed the historic realm of liberation that brought back the unified global standard that existed after the end of World War II. So this kind of providence was going on. And at that time, when True Parents came to Australia and New Zealand, True Parents gave the calligraphy. Unified world begins from Oceania. 통일세계는 태안주로부터. So he gave this kind of calligraphy to centering on Sydney. And also after that, they went to New Zealand and gave another calligraphy. Liberation of all humanity is by self-power. 만민 해방은 자력으로. So these two calligraphy True Parents gave to Oceania. So when we see this content through True Mother's World Tour, and also in order to create the foundation for opening the new era, True Parents try to establish the global foundation. So you could see unified global standard. But actually in Korean word is direct translation is unified world standard. So unified world. This direct message was given to Oceania also. How we can establish the unified world from Oceania. So our mission and our role is really important. Please.
On April the 10th, 1993, True Parents proclaimed True Parents and the Complete Attestment Age. Then, for more than a year, they embarked on a speaking tour to the United States, 53 cities, Japan, 62 cities, Korea, 40 universities, and 40 more cities worldwide for a total of 195 cities. Following this, they toured to an additional 100 universities in the United States. During the university speaking tour in Korea, in particular, True Mother followed an intense schedule amid difficulties such as persistence, opposition from activist students and Christian students, as well as potential danger to herself.
Yes, last time we shared about this story when True Mother organized the speaking tour in Korea. Outside of the venue, there was severe battle between our CUP member and the communist group. So even physically, there are many kind of fighting, battle, and also some victim was also happened. So even each moment outside, really they try to stop True Mother's speech. Even they try to enter to the stage or enter to this kind of venue. But our CUP members really try to stop them physically. So we could see those battles together. Please.
On July the 28th, 1993, True Mother was the first Korean woman to give a guest lecture at the United States Congress. Moved by True Mother's speech, the senators and congressmen decided to enact Parents' Day on a national level. On March the 3rd, 1994, the law went into effect with President Clinton's signature, and every year Parents' Day is celebrated nationally on the fourth Sunday of July. True Parents opened the doors to the United Nations on September the 7th, 1993. Since then, they have given several speeches at the UN headquarters and have met heads of state from many nations. They also have given speeches in national assemblies in 7 nations, including Korea, Japan, and Brazil.
Yes. So the establishment or decided the day of Parents' Day in America. This is also the meaningful things because of True Mother's speech in the government office in America. These things was also opened the way. Please.
As their speaking tour continued, True Mother followed a strenuous schedule, moving to a new country each day. In La Paz, the capital of Bolivia, which is 4,000 meters more than 13,000 feet. Oh, sorry, 4,000 meters is more than 13,000 feet above sea level. A respirator was kept on standby next to the stage for True Mother as she spoke. In Croatia, where surrounding nations were engaged in war, she felt innocent spirits who died miserably come to her to receive salvation, and she withstood physical and spiritual hardships alone as she offered prayer and devotion for them. During her tour in Africa, she caught malaria, yet without taking a break to recover, she continued to go from country to country to spread the word.
Yes. So the mother also organized the speaking tour for one day, one nation. Usually we heard many times about the father's speaking tour, but always True Mother was there. And also True Mother herself also organized this speaking tour in the world level, directly met the members, met also the top leader of the country and proclaimed the God's providence. So this is the final slide today.
Meanwhile, in the background, True Father offered sincere devotion and support of True Mother. True Father's utmost prayer and devotion were the greatest source of strength and the driving force for True Mother. True Father would wait more anxiously than anyone else for the telephone transmissions and video broadcasts of True Mother's speeches, and would cry and share joy with her during their telephone conversations.
Yes, this is a very important part. I will read again. Meanwhile, in the background, True Father offered sincere devotion in support of True Mother. True Father's utmost prayer and devotion were the greatest source of strength and the driving force for True Mother. True Father would wait more anxiously than anyone else for the telephone transmissions and video broadcasts of True Mother's speeches, and would cry and share joy with her during their telephone conversation. So True Mother organized, True Mother also visited and do the world speaking tour, but during that moment, True Father offered special terms and condition and also pray for True Mother's victory and totally supported True Mother. So when True Father led the providence, True Mother totally united with True Father, and True Mother stand in front of the providence, then True Father also totally supported the True Mother. So who can divide our true parents? True Father and True Mother is not different. Our to the father side, to the mother side. This word itself is already strange. Our true parents is our true parents. So through the past providence, we could also recognize how much true father and true mother are totally united, sacrificed, and invested, and gain the victorious foundation during this time period. And mother's providential position was also developed and officially proclaimed. The mother's peace and as the true parents stood same position and led the heavenly providence. So today we are talking about the guideline of true mother's providence, true parents' providence, centering on together with also father and mother around that moment. And through learning these things, once again we can recognize the status or development of this providential position and also the current way. So those kind of the leading is kind of the studying for past things. So little bit just learning process, but through the things we try to find the heart of our true father and heart of our true mother, and also try to learn about heart of our heavenly parent. So today is also the beginning moment. Let's pray and really see what's the main expectation or main central providence currently. Mother is really wishing, please do witnessing. Even one person, even two person, please share the existence of our heavenly parent, existence of our true parents, and also now next year we will welcome heavenly parent on this earth, the entrance ceremony. That's why Mother is emphasizing about witnessing. Let's totally unite with true Mother and share this message and fulfill these things. So thank you for joining today's morning Hondoke. Let's create that beautiful time. So thank you very much once again. 감사합니다.
Kamsahamnida, thank you very much, Rev Yutaka, for sharing with us about your mother's life. And really, when we think about True Mother more and more, I certainly more and more appreciate her steadfast determination to really carry out God's will. Just reflecting on that date, 10th April 1992, where it said that Mother indemnified Eve's failures. I mean, that's a significant moment to be able to proclaim that Eve's I wonder if that also represents sort of like the restoration of fallen Eve, even though Mother comes as the position, as the emergence of true Eve, the first, Father's the only begotten Son and Mother's the only begotten daughter, and obviously Adam and Eve, before the fall, were the only son and daughter of God. And just thinking on that date back in 1992, that Mother finally indemnified all of Eve's failures, and I'm wondering if that also by indemnifying the failures, that it means that Eve was liberated. There must have also been a date, I'm not sure what the date is, for when all of Adam's failures were indemnified, and just wondering if that this enabled God to re-embrace the original Adam and Eve, I'm not sure when the original Adam and Eve were blessed. by our Heavenly Parent. But I'm just thinking about what Eve's heart was like. Mother made the sacrifices and went the course, and already mother is a true mother, because the marriage of the Lamb took place in 1960. But and so this is like 32 years after that time, and this proclamation that Eve has, the failures have been indemnified, and it's the same time when Mother takes a public position. The inauguration of the Women's Federation, for world peace takes place, and I'm just sort of wondering if Eve is supporting Mother now, and trying to make up for her mistakes, even though it's all indemnified. I'm just sort of curious about or thinking about what Eve felt like. I mean, I wonder at what point in the providence of history that Adam and Eve actually repented or were sorry, because as we know, in the beginning, in the fall, they had no remorse, no understanding because of their immaturity. As we know, the story shows that they blame each other, and then they get kicked out of the garden. I'm just thinking what the original Eve is feeling at that particular time. So just some interesting thoughts. I'm assuming that Eve is overjoyed to be liberated as well. I mean, because it represents the beginning phases to finally have the full liberation of God, and where we are today, which is in the Chongyalguk era, where we are focusing on restoring everyone, and just some interesting thoughts on it, having wondering how Eve is working today, with our true mother. Anyway, just some thoughts. So thank you, and open it up to others who'd like to share. Thank you. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
Just to change the topic, John, I just look, after all these years, I'm still a little bit of confusion about the 1982 blessing and the 6,000 couple blessing, because that didn't happen in 1982. It happened in 1989, right? 89. But somehow those blessings are considered to be the same thing.
No, you've got two blessings. You got 6,000 couples in 82, and the 2,075 that's also in 82. The one that happened in 89 is 6,500 couples. It's a different blessing. It's only the 6,000 and the 2,000 in 82 that were regarded as the same, because they happened in the same year.
Are the anniversaries celebrated on the same time?
Well, that was an interesting thing. It was meant to be at one point. It was mentioned that they should celebrate together, but because they did happen in different dates and months apart, the people that participated in the October one and the like to celebrate in October, and the people that participated in the July one wanted to celebrate in July, but they are connected together. I mean, I remember my blessing ring, because Father's original desire was to have 10,000 couples all together blessed in that year of 1982, but we only ended up having 8,000. And the reason I know that it was 10,000, that my blessing ring has written in Korean, engraved some words, and then I asked a Korean what's it translate to, and it says 10,000 couples. And so rings were made, with the expectation that a lot more couples would happen, but it ended up having it was split, and in Korea and in America. Yeah.
Okay, just a little bit of a. I mean, you mentioned that Adam and Eve didn't have any remorse, but actually they did. As soon as Eve fell, she realized, oh, that was wrong. And anyway, there's other revelations that they were very remorseful and begged God to allow them to stay, but he couldn't do that. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Yes, Randall, go ahead.
Just because they were caught and, because they were hiding, they hid from God, and, God had to call out, Adam, where are you? And when he came out, then they were hiding their lower parts. They were trying to, they didn't really show remorse, but they were caught in the act, or caught afterwards. So it wasn't as though they went up to God and said sorry, but rather they, were ashamed. So I'm not sure if remorse and ashamed is the same thing. Anyway, just checking that point.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Randall. Yes, Jeff, go ahead.
Okay, all points of view coming in here. I may be incorrect in this, which as we are, but a learning process. But it's that Adam and Eve kicked themselves out of the garden. In this way, is that we ourselves, because of our fallen nature, can't live in the garden. We argue, we fight, we're jealous, and so that makes us leave the garden. Our inability to control ourselves to live in the garden. So it's not so much that God kicked them out. The door is always open for us to come into the garden, but to be in there, you need to love one another, care for one another, live for the sake of other. And when we do that, then we come into that garden, of love around us as we learn proper give and take with people around us. So anyway, the point is that did God kick us out, or did they their fallen nature not allowed them to be in that place? Anyway, just some viewpoint. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Yes, Randall. Yeah.
We read the story of Eden and we think it's a geographical place and that we were geographically removed from that place. But actually it's a state of heart, isn't it? That when you're connected with God, then you're in this, paradise type of setting. But they were not citizens of paradise after the fall. They lost that status of not being able to express God's love. So when they were, and they could have been in the same geographical place after the fall, but they weren't in the same spiritual place. So I'm just wondering about that, for example.
Yes, Chris.
Yeah, okay. I can't remember where this is, but when I first joined the church, in one of those books like New Hope for Christianity or something like that, one of those little simple books, Father said some words, and he said, when the fall occurred, God became trapped in the realm of your original mind. So that is the only pure part that remained, and he couldn't exit that. And so that is the part that Adam and Eve cannot enter, being fallen. So it is a fact that fallen nature cannot enter into that pure realm. So they couldn't, God couldn't relate to them from that pure section. It couldn't be impurified by them entering until they're perfected. So some sort of understanding there, but I've tried to find that quote, but I can't find it. So anyway, just something to add to the story.
Anyway, it's also there's a flaming like sword to block them the way. But the flaming sword is like the truth has blocked them because they don't know the truth, which is the principle by which, living by that principle, you can live in the kingdom of heaven. So that we need to know the truth, that sword of truth, flaming sword, and live according to that. I mean, in terms of geographical location, the kingdom of God is everywhere, even in New Zealand. It's quite nice down here. I couldn't imagine a better place. Anyway.
You haven't been to Geelong.
Okay. You got a piece of the kingdom there, have you? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So the blocking the way was, yeah. Anyway, that comes into the biblical picture as well about that flaming sword. Anyway, enough from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Margaret, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Well, I'm going to be sharing my feeling from a woman's point of view while we're speaking about Eve. And the reading this morning is so significant because it's clear that an indemnity has to be paid in order to liberate these positions. As much as we want to be in the garden, indemnity has to be paid before that door opens. But I remember when I first heard the fall, I was very liberated to understand what the truth really was about that story. And secondly, I was angry with Eve because I felt now I inherit as a woman from this woman who didn't do her job. And without knowing about it, I now have to go through a course to reach perfection with this fallen Eve course. So to find out about True Mother and her success was so liberating. As a Catholic, I loved Mother Mary very much, but there was no understanding of how Mother Mary can liberate me because she was not, she was a mother to Jesus, but she was not restoring this woman's course from the fall. So this is significant for me that there's a woman that has taken that responsibility and now is giving the education and the path and the way to be able to successfully enter as a woman. So I think it's, and another comment I want to make on the success of 1991, 92 is because of that success of True Mother, then True Parent's position can be proclaimed. And I remember when we initiated the Family Federation in Guam, we had to do that speech to many venues in Guam, proclaiming True Parent's position because of True Mother's success. So indeed, you know, for many sisters to have this feeling of gratitude and appreciation to True Mother is more than just a conceptual concept. I would think it's something truly intrinsic in that I am liberated because of True Mother. And that lies in her greatness, that she was willing to pay the price to bring that, and therefore rebirth is possible for humanity. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Margaret. And thank you, everyone. And thank you, Rev Yutaka. It's time now for us to offer our unison prayer. So I'll just bring up the screen. Okay, and let's pray together. Thank you. Jew. Thank you again for sharing together with us, and I hope everyone has a great day and see you all again tomorrow. Okay.
You have a good day. Enjoy your anniversary today.
Have a good
See
day.
you too, Rev Yutaka.